Hello friends, this is Sukhmani from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, very excited. Today, I'll be sharing with you 4 PNP results. So recent PNP draws, 4 PNP draw happened, and I'll be sharing the detailed analysis with you. But before that, a small request, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips, tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. And please press the bell icon so this video comes to you immediately when we upload. So without further delay, let's move on to a very important video which is about 4 PNP draws which are recent 4 PNP draws. And out of these 4 PNP draws, 2 are conducted by Ontario. That is why I always say Ontario is the king in PNP. So let's move on to 2 important PNP draws by Ontario and then I'll go on to the other provinces. So first is employer job offer. Ontario has done employer job offer draw, and there is a further subcategory. Let me explain you the Ontario category so you can understand where this draw comes into picture. OINP is basically divided into 3 categories: express entry linked and EOI, expression of interest, as well as the third category which is entrepreneur stream. These are the 3 categories. Expression of interest, under this there are further 2 categories, and these 2 categories are graduate stream and the employer job offer. So graduate stream is for students who come to Canada to pursue their masters or PhD, whereas the employer job offer is for those who have got the job offer from Ontario employer, and there are certain requirements, but I will separately talk about those. But for now, employer job offer is further divided into 3 categories. These 3 categories are foreign worker stream, international student stream, and in-demand students. So out of this, the draw happened, the employer job offer, foreign worker stream. So foreign worker stream, the draw happened from the government website. The draw information is right here. So sometimes it is not easy to understand. So let me explain you this information. So the draw happened on 19th of January 19th, 2 days before, and the total number of people which were invited are 1,654 people. Out of this is basically a general draw. So prior to this, actually there was also an employer job offer draw, but that was focused towards the skilled trades or towards healthcare sector. This is purely a general draw, and the cutoff was 50. Now this 50 score is not a CRS. This is the Ontario's own matrix. So this is about the OINP, employer job offer, foreign worker stream. And if we look at the snapshot means how many draws are conducted so far. So far if we look at it, this is the second draw. Employer job offer, foreign worker stream, second draw. So from the second draw, the information is something like this. The earlier draw was conducted on 9th January 2024, and the next one is conducted 19th January 2024. Total 3,105 people are called so far. Employer job offer, foreign worker stream. The earlier draw was targeted skilled trade and healthcare. So when there is a targeted draw, the score is usually lower. So at that time for skilled trade the score was 33, and for healthcare the score was 40. But now when we are into the general category, the score moved to 50, and this is not CRS score, this is the Ontario's own matrix. So now let's move on to the other category where draw happened. So this is the second draw which was conducted by Ontario. This is called French speaking skilled worker. French speaking skilled worker, basically this is Ontario's another category which comes under express entry linked. So express entry linked category, you need to have, no, rather, you must have a profile in the express entry, and that profile only then you can get notification of interest. So express entry linked category is further divided into three types. Human capital, which is a big category, and many people come under this, and then another category is Ontario skilled trade, another big category. The third category, which is French speaking skilled worker, this category the draw happened. And for all these three categories, you need to have a profile in express entry, only then you will get notification of interest. So to get the notification of interest, you need to have profile in express entry. And with that, let us look at the actual draw. So the draw from the government website is something like this. Total around 1000 people are called, and this draw was conducted on 18th January 2024. Around 1000 people, 984 to be very precise, are called. Here the CRS will count. The CRS was 317 to 469, and the profiles were created January 18, 2023. Now with that information, let us move on to the another province. But before moving on to the other province, once again, if you have not subscribed so far, please consider subscribing. And the other province is BC. BC has conducted a second PNP draw, and this is in January 24. So let me explain you. BC always conducts draw on every Tuesday, and BC draw is divided into two parts: draw 1, draw 2. Draw 2 is a targeted or a focused draw. So with that information, let us look at the BC draw. Now BC conducted the draw 16th January. 16th January draw was a tech draw. So tech draw means anybody who is from a technology sector and who has more than 103 score, 103 or 103 more. So 91 people were called. I'll share the complete part of the information coming further. So the part 2 of this draw was when the targeted draw happened. So now let us look at the complete analysis. 16th January the draw happened. Draw was in two parts. Total people called were 197. 197 people were called. Out of these 197 people, 91 people who were called were under the tech draw. And remaining 106 were invited as a part of draw 2. Under draw 2, we have a category which is called Early Childhood Educator, ECE. ECE category 53 people were called. Healthcare workers 29 were called, and construction worker 20 people were invited. Lastly, veterinary doctor 4 are invited. So with that, let's move on to the snapshot. The snapshot is basically a quick analysis of what has happened so far. So BC has conducted two draws, January 10th, January 16th. Total number of people invited 573. So this is the quick snapshot. Now with that, let's move on to another province which I really love, and this province is none other than the Prince Edward Island. It has done the first draw of 2024. So first draw of PNP draw by Prince Edward Island in 2024. This province, as I said, Prince Edward Island. This island is so small that you can barely see on the map of Canada. So I have, with the help of a pointer, here you can see this small island surrounded by water. Prince Edward Island, very small province but highly focused on immigration, and this province basically calls people by three ways. The first way is a federal way. Anybody who gets a federal immigration, express entry or any other thing, and they can move to Prince Edward Island. The second option which is there is the worker stream, and the PNP category. So there is a worker stream and there is an entrepreneur stream. So under this category, the draw happened, and I'll explain the draw. But there is a third category also, and that third category is Atlantic immigration. So I have a complete video on Atlantic immigration. If you have not watched that, please do consider watching that. Atlantic immigration program gives you the complete detail about the program, which has 4 provinces, which are 4 provinces participate in this, which includes Prince Edward Island also. So with this, let's move on to the Prince Edward Island PNP draw. So this PNP draw, let me tell you, this province is so focused on immigration that they have already published their schedule. No other province has published their schedule. Only this province has published the schedule, and as per the schedule, 18th January the draw was happened, and now next draw happens on February 1st. So now let us look at the information in the PNP draw, which happened on January 18th. And how many people were called? 136 people were called. Out of this 136, express entry, labor market, 134 people were called. And under the business impact category, which you can see in the table, 2 people were called. Total 136 people were called. So as I always say, each case is different, each situation is different. You need to discuss your own case. You can book an appointment with us and get to know the right path. Our office is located in Brampton. Address, email ID, phone number, everything is shared right here with you. Very important. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.